Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and the new expedition is out right now, you guys. So, the first thing you have to do before you do anything else, if you want to play the new expedition, you need to start a brand new save. So, go into new game. You cannot use an old save because they want us to start all on the same footing. They don't want anyone to have an advantage in the expedition. So, go to a new game, and then we over here in the top right-hand side, we have Community Expedition. This is the Singularity Expedition number 10. You have 5 weeks from now, so it looks like it's going to end the middle of July. So there's no rush. You don't have to rush out and do this as quick as possible. We got over a month to do this, so make sure you take your time, get it done. But let's jump into it. I'm going to show you guys how to get some of these milestones done, because some of them might be a little bit confusing. Some of them are a little bit more obfuscated. They're a little bit more difficult to kind of jump into. But here we go. So remember, when we jump into this expedition, that everyone is going to start out with a different looking character. Your multi-tool might look different. We start with all the same technology upgrades, but all of your cosmetic stuff is going to look a little bit different. You know, your multi-tool, your character is going to look different. Your ship is going to be different. Your starting ship is going to be different than mine. Maybe some of us have the same one, but it's randomized. So you'll get to this first page that'll blind you because it's all white, but that's okay. We need to initialize. And we're all going to start in the same spot. And so you can't, if you have multiplayer turned on, you'll see people running around. You're not going to see thousands of people. They portion out the instances to about 30 people. There we go. So it's kind of cold. It's 7 degrees at this camp. We will start out in the camp, the harmonic camp. And there you go. You'll see a lot of communication balls, the comm balls, those big floating ones, for notes from people that will just drop them for you to kind of sometimes help you, sometimes to distract you, just to kind of say hello, that kind of stuff. There you go. That's my multi-tool. There you go. Yours is going to look different. And so this is the Singularity Expedition. It is focused on corrupted Sentinels. It has a lot of storyline in it. So I will be reading a lot of storyline, more than usual, because this is all very specific to this expedition, which is really, really awesome. This abandoned camp holds many mysteries. The expedition tab will show you your progress as you investigate its secrets. Complete milestones to earn rewards. Complete all the milestones in a phase for a special exclusive item. There you go. So if you need to, press pause, and then you have, this is your pause menu, you have an expedition tab. And this will give you every phase. So phase 1 is where we're going to start. It'll give you everything you need to do in order, so you can just select it. You know, this is mission 1, 2, 3, 4, all that kind of stuff. So the first thing we need to do is explore the abandoned camp. So we have this camp around here. And if you need to, like if you want to, go into your pause menu, go to your network settings, and you can turn on and off your multiplayer. If you want to play in a group, turn that on. If you want to play by yourself, solo, you don't want anyone distracting you, turn that off. The same thing for your group. I like to play solo whenever I do a guide, so I will do invite only. And it will memorize this, so every time you load up your save, it'll stay like this. The other thing I would suggest is go into your PvP, turn that off. By default, it'll always be turned on. You don't want to deal with that right now, because if you have multiplayer turned on, someone can fly in and just, shoot you down, destroy you, and ruin your progress. You don't want that. If you want to fight someone, cool, turn it back on. You can turn it on and off anytime you want, but I would suggest keep it off. That way you don't have to worry about anybody trolling you or anybody just coming in and ruining your time, your playtime. So we have that going on here. Now these cool buckets, these wheelbarrows will have cool stuff in them. Not always, like rusted metal, that's fine. So what we're gonna do is, you can do with rusted metal is you can turn it into ferrite dust. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I don't have any carbon. Dang it, I don't have any carbon. Let's turn Let's get some carbon real fast. So that way we can refine that that rusted metal, because you can turn all kinds of stuff into other things. And because we all start out with the same equipment, yours is going to look exactly the same. We're all going to have a personal refiner, the best upgrade in the game by far. It makes everything so much easier when you're working with it. So pop in my carbon and then pop in the rusted metal, and then we're going to refine it. It's going to take some time. So as you don't have to keep that menu open. You can just run around and your refiner will keep working. That's why the backpack refiner is so good. You don't have to worry about sitting down and waiting for it to finish or anything like that. It'll just keep working as you're exploring and looking around. So let's get all of these wheelbarrows. They have all kinds of scrap in them, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. So it's just kind of like a randomized thing. So you could get some really good stuff. I always check them just to be sure. And we got some really good. We have a suspicious packet with an arms technology, so basically a weapon upgrade. We got a positron. That's going to be for my ship. So it's going to be randomized, so you probably didn't get that, or you got something else. So the other thing is we make sure we do that. And there is this scrap over here. We need to check this out. So let's get over here. The autophage flickers. Dying sparks light up its eyes. Whatever information was preserved within its circuits is buried beneath countless layers of corruption. So for this, we need to probe the damage registers. We need to figure out how to open it. There's going to be a number lock, a key lock on it. So we're going to have to look at this just like the Sentinel locks. We're going to have to look at this and say, okay, 10 minus 3 is 7. 3 plus 9 is 12, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's our numbers. We need a 7, a 12, and a 2. That's when we got to go back into, and it'll say the same thing. We need to go back into the memory repair now that we know it. So here we go. Got to put it in there. Remember our numbers. So it is a 7. We got to go to and these are all the glyphs in order. A 12. And then the last one was a 2. So put in glyph number 2. There you go. We unlocked it. A faint hiss escapes the autophage's rusty shell. Smoke and data vent together, lost to the wind. Let's dump the memory contents. Something arose from the dirt. A construct of pure will. I complete the memory dump, creating a copy of whatever data still flits around this hastily abandoned scrap. With the download complete, a section of the data is flagged by my exosuit as a readable navigational coordinates. All right, so now we have coordinates. We need to go do that. So we've kind of gone through here. We need to search for clues around this. Do we have any more clues? Let's select this. Use a scanner. Search for clues. Sentience echo. Oh, we should have done that before. Sorry, guys. We need to search for clues by scanning. Now we need to go back in here. It'll give us the same thing again. Dump the memory contents. There you go. Finalize the download. Sorry, we should have did that before. So scan before you jump over in here. It's all going to be the same exact wordage. So now we've officially done the steps. No Man's Sky is very notorious for doing everything in a particular order. You can't go out of order for doing stuff. So now we've collected that reward. So we've earned that reward. We've finished that milestone. So now we've learned how to make a hermetic seal. We're going to need that later on. And we also got a heart. So in my inventory, go to my inventory tab, we got a crystallized heart. And we also, we got some of this stuff. This is kind of junky stuff, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's jump. You can refine this into nanites, but the problem is it's going to take forever, and I'm not a very patient person, so I'm going to destroy this. Well, also, this is a save point. You can manually save it anytime you want. However, I don't use it, so we're going to drop that as well, because if you go into your options, your autosaves will happen every minute. So every minute, it will autosave for you. You don't need a manual save. The only reason you'd want a manual save is if you want to go back to a particular time. So if I make a manual save right now, I can go on for like 20 minutes and then reload my manual save, and it'll bring me back right to here. So before we leave the camp, what we're going to do is we need to get this multi-tool, because Sentinel multi-tools are freaking awesome. And so you want to get that. So let's jump on into this interface. Harmonic lockdown in progress. Rejected, rejected, rejected. So this is the same thing we did with the scrap over there. We need to scan the memory registers, and it'll give us the equations we need to figure it out. So 1 plus 11 is 12. 1 plus 1 is 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. So 12 to 8. That's what we need. That's our combination we need to unlock this terminal. So we need to input the override. So, oh God, I forgot what they were. Was it 12 to 8? I forgot what they were. Sorry, guys. So if you forget, like I just did, I said too many numbers. I said too many numbers. You go right back in there and it'll tell you. 12 to 8. I knew that's what it was. Okay, 12 to 8. I had to double check though, because I get nervous. I forgot. So we got to do a number 12 right here. Glyph number 12. Glyph number 2 right here. And then glyph number 8, which is going to be down here, the spider. The terminal has ceased its digital whaling. I am permitted to access the camp's system, so I can deactivate the multi-tool seal. Harmonic seal deactivated. So now we can go grab this tool. Let's see what it is. Hopefully it's a really good one. It is a C class. So I would pick it up because Sentinel multi-tools are very, very powerful in No Man's Sky. So I would always suggest that there's also a secret advantage to this multi-tool. I could get into it a little bit later, but there's no downside to accepting it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's totally free, as you can see. So why not grab it? I would say definitely if you're into it, like if you want a Sentinel multi-tool, and you should, grab it. It's absolutely free. It takes a spot in your inventory. You're only allowed to have 6 of them, 6 multi-tools. So now I'm at 2. The other thing is we can go for a dissonant spike. This will actually mark the location of a Sentinel ship. Those are very, very good later on. So again, I would highly suggest doing this, but you don't have to. They give you a ship to start out with. So my starting ship is over here. That is my starting one. But if I want a really good one, I can go over here to that Dissident Spike, that Sentinel ship, and I'll be able to go grab it. So the advantage of this Sentinel multi-tool, we have it currently on us right now. We're using it. It'll be broken, but you can use your equipment to fix it. You can pick up a whole bunch of stuff here to fix it. But the better advantage is, the more important feature is, well, number 1, scan all these things, because as you can see from this right here, it says unidentified mineral, and it has ferrite dust, so I know I'm going to get ferrite dust, but then analyze with question marks around it. If I scan this material now I know I can get ferrite dust and dihydrogen, so you can get 2 building materials from this one rock. So it's always a benefit to scan everything. Not everything will give you 2. Like that'll just give me 1. See, just carbon. That'll just give me Atlantium. That kind of stuff. A lot of stuff will just give you 1, but some things will give you 2. So there's always a benefit, and you also get paid for it. So why not, right? But the advantage of the Sentinel multi-tool, look at how slow this is. And up at the top right-hand side of my screen, you see how my my overheat is kind of going up? Like I'm already almost halfway there. So your multi-tool will overheat very quickly as you use it, right? Sentinel multi-tools have an advantage because they have a special mining beam on them. So you see they have a hijacked laser. You can also install a regular laser which will double your output and completely cut your overheat. So this is permanent, by the way. So if you do this, you can never remove it. So if you don't have a lot of room in your inventory, like if there's not a lot of space, it's going to take up a slot and you can never get rid of it. It'll always be there. However, it's a really, really good thing to do. I would always suggest doing it. They might patch it in the future, but right now it still works. Mining beam, you need 60 ferrite dust. That's it. It's very cheap. There you go. So we've installed that. And now, look at this. It's going twice as fast. And look at my heat, the top right-hand corner of the screen. It's taking forever to overheat, so I can run this mining beam forever with no issues whatsoever. So, again, a big advantage. It only works on these Sentinel multi-tools because you need a hijacked laser for it to work. No other multi-tool has a hijacked laser in it. So I would always suggest, get this. It's such a really big advantage, especially early on in your expedition. It's going to help you out a ton because you're going to be able to mine a whole bunch of resources very quickly. So I'm going to go fix my ship, which is over here. Our ship is going to be broken, so let's collect as many resources as we can as we're going around. Make sure to scan everything to get that double resource, just in case. Let's get that. Give me that. Get a whole bunch of these purple crystals. You're going to need a lot of Atlantium, so definitely hit a whole bunch of these crystals. Get a whole bunch of these, because one of your milestones is to collect a ton of these purple crystals. Give me all that. Give me all the blue ones, the dihydrogen. You're going to need a lot of that for fuel. So just spend a few minutes to stock up on a whole bunch of materials. So let's do that for a minute, and I will see you guys in a second. All right. I think we've collected enough materials. So I've just been going around mining everything. So let's bust out some of these geodes and fragments. And then I like to organize my my inventory. You guys can set it up however you want. I just set mine up like this to make it a little easier. So when I'm looking for items, I know exactly where they are because they're in the same spot all the time. The other thing is with your technology, you'll notice it's kind of separated. It's all over the place. These, you see these two, they have a yellow box around them. That means they're the same. They buff up the same upgrades and they're touching. That's what you want. It's like if I put it down here, you see how there's no more yellow box around it? If you have them touching, they will give it a yellow box. And so that's a jetpack upgrade. If I put a jetpack there you go. So every jetpack upgrade, if they're touching, they will have a yellow box. You want them to have the yellow box. That means they're buffing each other up. So you want to do that with all of your upgrades. I would suggest, and also you see this right here, it's a supercharged slot. That means everything is going to have better stats if you put it in there. So, like if I look at this is my jetpack. There you go. Those are my normal stats, right? If I pick it up and put it in the supercharged slot, now you have a whole bunch. They're way bigger, larger, better stats. So whatever you want to supercharge, you don't have very many, but whatever you want to supercharge, I would suggest putting it in there. I always try to put in my my shields because you want better shields, right? And I also put in my hazard protection. So I'm going to do this. Put our life supports together. That's why they're blue. There you go. So now everything is touching. It's kind of weird and scattered, but I'm using my supercharged slots and I put all my technologies together to make sure that they are boosted. They are working together. So our ship is going to be right over here. So let's go around here. And also, while you're in the water, there's good things in the water that you want to pick up for later on. So while you're here, I would always look for, not the humming sacks. You don't want that. Scan some animals. They give you a little bit of money. But you're looking for, not these shells. It might not be here. It might not be deep enough. The water might not be deep enough here. We are looking for chloride, sodium chloride stuff. So the green crystals. I don't see any. Dang it. That's okay. So nothing around here. Just check the water a little bit. You'll see it. It'll notify you. It'll show you a marker for what we're looking for. Crystal sulfide. I'm not seeing it. All right, whatever. Let's go to our ship because we need to fix this thing before we can get out of here. So here's our ship. It's going to be over here. Now you can hit these eggs and you can collect larval cores and get some nanites if you want to. I'm not going to bother with them. You need to do that later on, but we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Let me do that. Let me go through all this stuff. We can use that to make some ferrite dust. Got a life support gel. I'll take that. We'll make a manual save here. So those little save beacons will manually save your game for you, which is really helpful. Now our ship is broken and it's in the ground. Look at that. So what we need to do is we need to fix our ship. We need pure ferrite, which we have. We were mining and we got some pure ferrite. We also need a dihydrogen jelly. So let's make one of those. You need dihydrogen crystals. We were farming, so we have plenty of stuff. So that's why we were doing our farming early on. We also need to make a hermetic seal and metal plating. Luckily, we did our first mission. That way we have the recipe, the blueprint to make a hermetic seal. And again, we farmed a whole bunch of materials earlier. That's why we have enough to make all this stuff. So there we go. We have all the materials here. So let's fix it while we're here. There we go. There we go. And then fix these. There we go. There we go. So now we are good to go. Our ship is completely fixed. We can fly away. So that is going to be our next milestone. This one right here. You need to launch into space for the first time. Let's do it. Let's get up out of here. And if you want to change, it's in first person. If you want to change to the third person view, press down on your D-pad, go over to that gear icon. And you see right here, the little ship icon. There you go. I like flying in third person unless I'm flying a shuttle. I don't want to look at my shuttle, so I will go into first person because I don't want to see it. Other than that, though, like if I have a solar ship like this, of course I want to see this thing. It looks sexy. So now we need to search for clues. Oh, wait. Actually, first thing first, we need to accept our reward for that previous mission we did. We have Hypercore's prepackaged teleport receiver. So we got an upgrade. So you want to install this right here. Boom, there you go. There we go. And this is going to be for your warp drive if you want to travel to a different solar system. So now we have the next one. We need to search for clues. So we need to scan while we're in space. So click in your left thumbstick, and now we've done a scan, and it's looking for the reharmonizing. So that's the marker right over here. So that's where we need to go. That's where the echo is coming from. Let's head on over here. And while we're going there, let's organize some of our inventory. Again, we can refine that. So we're making some ferrite dust. That's good. We're going to need to make some pure ferrite. We have some of that. And we need to make magnetized ferrite. You basically want to collect a whole bunch of resources just in case, because there's going to be missions later on that are going to force you to build items or to equip things, and you're going to need materials in order to do that. So you'll want to make sure to collect as much as you possibly can. We can also we can install this positron ejector module. This is only an upgrade, so it's not the actual weapon. It's just the upgrade. However, you can install it now, and later on, if you need to, you can delete it. And if you delete it, we will get some materials back. So it's kind of worth it to destroy it for now. So it's telling us to land over here. So let's land where the marker is. Now, this is not the exact point we need to land. It marks the general area. So once we land, we're going to have to search around by using our visor in order to see where we actually need to go. Let's look around. And once you pull up your visor, it'll tell you, oh, it's actually that direction. And it's about 700 feet in this direction. So let's go this direction. I have a feeling it's actually going to be this big building right here. But you never know. You never know. It could be something else. But, you know, once you land, you kind of get the idea of, oh, yep, here it is. And every once in a while, pull up your visor just to double check, because if you go off the way, it'll tell you, oh, nope, it's on the right. There you go. Boom. So, yeah, it does look like it's going to be this gigantic planetary archive. So we can kind of look around. There's some ammonia over there. I'm just looking for materials. Do I see anything? And what I'm doing is when you automatically bring up your visor, it goes into target mode to look for your objective. If you need to, press left and right on your D-pad and it'll switch between different modes. Now it is in scanner mode, analysis mode, and you go back over to target mode. There you go. And target mode is just there to make sure you know where your objective is. And as we're going along, let's grab some... Oh, wait a minute. Let's recharge our multi-tool real fast. There we go. And grab all the materials we are going to need. I would always suggest getting these blue crystals. You're going to need them later on for an objective, a mission later on. But you can always use it for, like, launch fuel if you need that. So always, always grab whatever you can while you can. It's absolutely free. Why not do it, right? Let's scan some stuff, get some double resources. Carbon and oxygen. I'll take all of that. And this Sentinel laser is so freaking good. I love it. This thing is just blowing through everything. Look at all that. Just going right through. No worries. Don't even need to worry about stuff. All right, let's go back to our objective. I get caught up in collecting materials. I love having my inventory packed full of everything because it's always the worst feeling when you get to a mission and it says, oh, yeah, you need to build this thing. And you're like, well, crap, I don't have all the materials. I need more ferrite dust or I need more dihydrogen. So in general, I try to grab as much as I can while I can, especially because it's so fast. Look at that. We're just blowing through everything with that upgraded laser on it. Loving it. Over here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So it's going to be way up here. Everyone does their communication station. Everyone's dropping them. Let's grab this. So let's read the Echo repository. Do you hear us? Do you hear me? Consumed of all creation and rejected. One blueprint from an infinite number. One blueprint from all the ways to be. One construct. We need to extract that blueprint. I copy the blueprint. A blueprint from the archive's databank. Whoever left the message at the autophage wished for someone to find this construct. So now I know how to make a construct head, but I need to make an ion battery and a microprocessor. So there we go. We completed that mission, so we're on our way. Let's grab this. But now that we've collected our reward, we need to make that item. So we need to go into our inventory. And in order to find out what we need, we can always just hover over it, and it says we need 4 metal plating, which we can do, 1 ion battery, and 1 microprocessor. And so if you need help with any of this stuff, No Man's Sky has you covered. So let's say we need help with a battery. We can find it in our building menu right here. And our battery is right here. It says we don't have all the materials, so let's see what we need. View crafting steps. That's X if you're on Xbox, or square if you're on PlayStation. And it'll give you the tree. So I need ferrite dust, which I have, but I also need cobalt, which you're going to find in a cave. So let's go get some cobalt in a cave. We also need to find some copper. That way we can make some chromatic metal. You're going to need that for your microprocessors. Now, if you want to, come on over here. You can check this out. If you have the money, you can buy, like, cobalt right here. Boom. I can buy some cobalt, but I don't have very much money because we really haven't done anything yet. We haven't completed a lot of stuff. We can go to sell. We can sell some stuff if we wanted to. So if I wanted to, I could sell, like, life support, but we're not going to make that much money, as you can see. The most money we're going to get is for our carbon, but we're not even going to get that much, only 15,000. So it is easier just to go get these materials. You're going to need them later on anyway, so you might as well get them now. Kind of farm them up, get a whole bunch of stuff ready to go. So let's go over here. We need to get some copper. Now, in order to get copper, you're going to need a terrain manipulator. You're going to need basically a collector for your deposit, your copper. So what we need to do is get in our inventory, go to multi-tool, and install the terrain manipulator. However, you have one from the get-go. So in No Man's Sky, you can switch between your different multi-tools. We have 2 now. So we have our original one and our Sentinel multi-tool. So go back to our original one right here. This is our original multi-tool that we started out with. There it is, right there. But it has one in there. It already has a terrain manipulator, right? What you can do is you can grab it and put it on a different multi-tool, so you can use it on a different multi-tool. Press Y if you're on Xbox, or triangle if you're on PlayStation, and that pulls it out. That removes it. And so now that we've taken it out, let's switch over to our Sentinel multi-tool. And if we go back into our inventory, we can install it by pressing X if you're on Xbox, or square if you're on PlayStation. And now we can put it inside here. So now we have a terrain manipulator. We didn't have to build it at all. We just have one. Very, very cool. So it makes the game a lot easier. So if you have any upgrades, like if you really have a multi-tool you really like and you have a lot of upgrades on it, but then you find a better multi-tool, you can take all the upgrades off. You can remove them and place them on a new multi-tool. It is very, very awesome. Very, very convenient, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I would get that new multi-tool, but I don't want to lose all my upgrades. You can just take them off and put them on the new one. So definitely use that. Oh, here's our copper. So let's grab this copper. The other thing I will say about the terrain manipulator is, a lot of people know this already, I know, but any new players, there's different sizes for this terrain manipulator. So if you hit your bumpers, your R1 and L1, or your right bumper and left bumper if you're on Xbox, it'll actually change sizes, right? The smaller size will give you more resources, but it'll take you longer and it'll use more fuel. So I see how really slow it's going, but it's giving me a ton of copper by doing this. If you go to the larger size, it'll get rid of a lot of it, but it won't give you as many resources. It'll only give you a little bit of copper. You see how I'm only getting a little bit? You want to use a smaller one. That way you get as much copper as possible, okay? I use a medium-sized one because I'm a very impatient man. But if you want to get as much copper as you possibly can, use the smallest size. The larger size is just if you're like digging underground, like if there's something underground. Like if you look around and you see, oh, there's a buried cache underground, use the big one. That way you get down there faster. You're not worried about, collecting materials. You're just worried about getting down underground. The smaller one is for collecting materials. There we go. And how much copper do we already have? Look at that. We're at 287, so let's pop that in there. We need to take out our ferrite dust. And let's start making our chromatic metal. We're going to need a lot of this for later on, so make sure you're slowly collecting chromatic metal as you're going. Let's get all this going here. Beautiful. Get all that. So that's all the copper we had in that direction. Now we need to find a cave. So what I would suggest always is looking for a, not a buried, all this is buried underground, but it's not in a cave. What we need to find is a subterranean relic. That's what we're looking for. I don't see any around me. That's fine. Sometimes you won't see any. And that's kind of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. So, nothing around here. Because we need to find cobalt, and cobalt shows up only in caves. I mean, you can buy it from a kiosk if you want to. But if you want to find it out in the wild, you're going to have to look for a cave in order to get that. Cargo drop. This looks like it might be a cave over here. Let's grab all this dihydrogen while we're here. Always grab all the dihydrogen you possibly can. You're going to thank me later when you need some of that fuel. All right, here you go. Here's a cave. So in a cave, you'll see these cool rocks. These are going to give you cobalt. That's why you're going to grab that. There you go, cobalt. We're just going to grab as much cobalt as we possibly can out of here. And you'll get mineral deposits from the cobalt as well. And you can open those up and it'll give you more cobalt or even ionized cobalt, which is a more advanced version of cobalt. So we have a good amount. Let's see this, a geode. We got some ionized cobalt, and then we have regular geodes. There you go. So we need to make some metal plating. That's the first thing on our list. So we need to make 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need to make ion batteries. That's why we got our cobalt, right? So ion batteries we need ferrite dust, and cobalt. We just collected cobalt. Let's grab that. 2, 3. Let's make a whole bunch. I'm going to need batteries for my hazard protection anyway, so let's do that. And then lastly, we're going to need microprocessors. Now, this is going to be a complicated one. But again, if you need to, go hover over this thing. If you press X, you'll get the crafting recipe. So we need carbon nanotube. Let's make that. Then we need chromatic metal. So we need to go in here and grab some chromatic metal out of our refiner because we were refining it earlier. Let's fill that up a little bit. There we go. All right, so again, craft microprocessor. So we have the chromatic metal and we have the nanotubes. We're good to go. Make a microprocessor. Now we're done. Well, now we're almost done. We need to make our head. So now we have all the items we need to make this construct head. Let's do that. There we go. Milestone completed. So let's accept our reward because you're going to need some stuff that the rewards for completing these missions will help you later on. That's why you want to come in here and accept your rewards whenever you earn them. So we're going to get a supreme scanning upgrade and a prepackaged advanced mining beam. We need that advanced mining beam. So we accepted that. So now we have our scanner right here, which is awesome. This will help us out a ton. I'm going to pop that down there, move our scanner over here. We'll move this over here just to kind of clear out some space around our mining laser. And then we have our advanced mining laser. So this will help you get more advanced items. So now we can actually go after some more advanced materials. So before we couldn't mine this rock, but now we can because we have our advanced mining beam on. Here we go. Good to go. So what's our next objective? We need to commune with the Atlas. So now we need to go talk to the Atlas. But if we wanted to, we can go get our Sentinel ship. It's on the other planet. Let's call in our ship. There it is. Grab all this material. And the other thing is you can, if you want to, you can just, fly around and shoot the ground with your ship, and you can collect all the materials that way as well. See? Launch fuel. We don't have any launch fuel, right? So what you need to do is make some metal plating. And then you can make your starship launch fuel. That's why we're collecting all that dihydrogen, those blue crystals. It will help you out. I'm telling you. You got to have that. Yeah, as you're flying around, though, so let me show you. I'm going to go into first person because I like shooting the ground easier like this. Just shoot the rocks, and it's just like mining the rocks. It'll go into your starship inventory. So as you can see, we have this much here so far. And we just shoot the ground a little bit more. Get some more of that stuff ready to go. Use our rockets to kind of clear it out a little bit more. But yeah, it is way easy, way fast to do it this way. You can get a lot more materials this way. It's way faster than when you do it on foot. The problem is you got to make sure you're paying attention. You don't want to fly into any buildings or destroy your ship. You can be damaged this way. So keep that in mind. Yeah, look at that. We're really rocking and rolling here. Here we go. And you can't get all the basic stuff. Now, I cannot get copper this way. You can't get the more advanced materials. You can't get pure ferrite. Some of these rocks, like that one right there, it says, sorry, you can't do it. You need an advanced mining laser on it. However, you can get a lot of your basic building blocks. You can also shoot down in this cave over here. Oh, I wish that was a cave. Dang it, no cave on that. That's fine. You can shoot into caves and get a whole bunch of cobalt if you see a cave. I like it when the rocks or the rockets go through the ground. Dang it. There we go. Oh, there's a cave right here. Shoot down in there. That way we can get some cobalt. I love it. There's a little save beacon there. All right. So we're going to go commune with the Atlas because that's our next objective. If you want to, you can go get that Sentinel ship. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. I'm going to move on to the next mission. So we're going to go into our galaxy map. And the green line will mark where you need to go to get your next objective. So boom, 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 right there. So we can do this. We're going to need to jump a few times. That's out of jump range. So instead of doing that, actually, you know what? This ship might actually be better than the one we have now. So let's do that. Let's fly over and do our mission to get our Sentinel ship. While we're doing that, move all this stuff over. There we are. We can destroy this, get all the materials out of it. There you go. We can also grab that, put it in our suit. Let's organize this a little bit better. So we can refine this into chromatic metal. You don't need the cadmium, so you can get rid of it. You can refine it. It's sodium. Again, I like to put my stuff in particular order. That way I know where it is at all times. There we go. Oh, we have a suspicious hazard protection upgrade, so of course we're going to use that. Where'd our ship go? Oh, there it is over there. Now, a Sentinel ship, you need to do a little bit of work to get it, but it will be worth it because they have way better stats, way more inventory, and depending on the class, it'll actually go farther when you're using your hyperdrive. So definitely get these when you can. So let me pop in here. And the other thing is these Sentinel ships are they all look the same on this planet. So every corrupted planet will have the same looking ship, but yours might be a different class. So the way you can tell the class on a Sentinel ship, if you go in here, this is a B class. So we're going to grab all the stuff. We need the pugdium, we need the salvage glass, and we need the brain. Now, the thing is, in order to take this one, to claim it, you need to get radiant shards, inverted mirrors, and a harmonic brain. We don't have any of those yet. So radiant shards are pretty easy to get. They're going to be all over the place. Oh, look at that. It'll tell you exactly where they are. So you're looking for that symbol right there. That was a little bit farther away. Okay, so there's crystals right up there. There's also crystals over here. The other thing is, look at this scrap over here. Let's grab this. Oh, rusted metal, not worth it. Okay. That is randomized. Sometimes it's rusted metal. Sometimes it is some amazing materials. Like you'll get some amazing stuff out of there. So you always check that scrap. Whenever you can, check that thing. It's going to have a lot of good stuff in there. Get some cobalt. That way we can make some more batteries later on. Again, collect materials whenever you can. It makes your life a lot easier later on. All of a sudden, you'll need to make something, and boom, you already have all the materials you need. You don't need to worry about going out and collecting them later on. You already farmed them. You already got them. So we need to get our shards here. There they are. Boom. And we're going to need to get 3 of them, so grab all of them we can. Now, the next thing we need is a inverted mirror. So the nearest one is over here. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. So they're going to be these cool machines that the Sentinels are protecting. So you might want to make a weapon for your multi-tool just in case, because the Sentinels, basically, they get mad if you attack their... oh, my God, I fell down the hole. No! They get mad if you attack their machines. Like, they're there to protect it. So what I try to do is I always get it from a distance. So you can do this. And they don't know what's going on because I'm so far away. They're like, what the heck? What's going on here? Why is our machine under attack? They can't figure it out. Oh! But the Sentinels right next to me ratted me out, though. They ratted me out. They found out. Dang it. So let's get out of here. We can also grab some more of these radiant shards as we're running away from these Sentinels. Now, if you keep mining stuff, the Sentinels know where you're at because they can sense when you're destroying items in the world. So this is not the best idea to do. You don't want to keep mining stuff while the Sentinels are looking for you. Let's go, go, go. Get away from those Sentinels. Yep, now they're hunting me, and they gave up. Because I was only at level 1, they kind of said, okay, whatever. And I amassed 250 Atlantium. So farming those blue or purple crystals, you want to do that. Those little tiny ones. So the little ones that are all over the place, you want those. That is one of your milestones. So let's pop that one and get the reward for it. Where is that? That's in phase 2. And we're going to get prepackaged cloaking device and a quad servo. We're going to need that later on. So keep everything they give you as a reward, you're going to need. So never get rid of anything they give you as a reward. I'm going to use the cloaking device. I'm going to pop that in here. We need this quad servo. You're going to need this later on. So don't get rid of this. Do not get rid of that. And now we need to calm this brain down now that we have all the other materials. So basically, we need to find a monument or monolith that will let us calm this brain down and basically make it friendly to us. There we go. So we're going to need to go a long distance, so I'm going to jump in my ship for this. Again, you can shoot the ground, get all the materials you want, or like shoot it down in the cave and get some, hopefully get some cobalt out of there. Let's do that. Yeah, we got 9 cobalt. That's not bad. I like to get more, but oh well, whatever. All right. There's that over here. We need to come over to this ancient site. That way we can kind of calm down our brain. And there's a cave right next door and a planetary archive right in front of it. Okay. I'll take that. So we need to go up to the top of the monolith right here. And basically it just says, hey, look, you have a highline brain. Would you like to soothe it? Yes. The mind of the ship child is interlocked with the hive. Current instructions seek and eliminate anomalies. That's me. Enmesh the archival sentience with the surrogate entity. That's me as well. I fumble with the ship's brain, almost dropping it as it glows unbearably hot in my hands. The pain radiates far beyond my hands, an unearthly heat, that heat that melts glass. Its circuitry shifts and then grows still. The brain seems to accept my presence now. So now we have a docile brain. So we've collected all the materials we need. We got our radiant shards, the big purple shards. We also got the inverted mirror from the machine that we attacked, the Sentinels were protecting. So now we are good to go. Let's go get this Sentinel ship. And this will be our current ship that we're going to use for everything. Let's get over here. Land right there. And the other thing is, whatever you have in your ship, move it over to your inventory because we're going to take it with us. So we want to also take this as well, our upgrade, or our, what is it called? Our thing. I don't think we need anything else. There's no other upgrades we need for our ship. Our teleport receiver, that's what it's called. So now we have everything here. Let's grab this thing. So yeah, we have our 3 radiant shards, 1 inverted mirror, and a harmonic brain. And this is our ship now. Yes, and we well, not now. We have to actually accept it. So let's do that. Compare and claim that ship. So we still have our solar ship. It's still ours. However, now we're going to be working with this guy. And I love these Sentinel ships. So before we leave, let's move everything over to the Sentinel ship that we don't want in our regular inventory. That way, you know, our inventory is kind of not as cluttered as it is right now. Lantium, this stuff, all this stuff we don't need any of this. Quad servo. I don't want to get rid of it, but I also don't want it in my inventory, so we'll keep all of that. Okay, we're good. And then, oh yeah, wait a minute, we got all this stuff down here. Make sure to scroll down in your inventory because they will give you randomized locations. So it looks like that's all my inventory, right? But if you come over here, look at it. It has a scroll bar. You go down here, there you go. We need to put our teleport receiver in here. Let's pop it over here, pop that over there. And we're going to organize our upgrades and stuff. We're going to put that in there. That shield upgrade over here. This is going to be our... Yeah, we'll keep it. No, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to put our... this is our hyperdrive. Let's put that in there. Recharge that hyperdrive. Install our black market hazard protection. Thank you. So instead of this one, which gives us a little bit more battery, we're going to switch it out with one of these resistance upgrades that'll help us out with other places. We can also grab this out of here, put that in our starship. All right, we're good to go. We're out of here. I love these Sentinel ships. Good to go. So now let's go talk with the Atlas and let's get this thing done. So we're going to go to the galaxy map. And now, look at, see, we can jump farther because we have a better ship. So that's another reason why you want to go and get it if you can. You know, you spend a little bit extra time to get that ship, but it makes traveling way, way more easy for the rest of the time you're doing the expedition. There we go. Here's an Atlas station right here. The Atlas interface. We have to go talk to it. And there is a secret with the Atlas interfaces. So, part of the Singularity update is they're adding in special, like, it's called ARG elements, augmented reality game elements. So there are hidden files in and hidden secrets in this expedition. There's going to be weird numbers that come up. And if you decipher the numbers, they will give you a secret message. The Atlas is making special noises now. So listen to this. I mean, if you don't like the noises, then I would say turn down your speakers now, turn down your volume. But the Atlas for this expedition is making special noises that we can actually scan and get some words out of it. I don't want to ruin it for you, but you can search it up. You can just look for ARG No Man's Sky, and it'll kind of point you in the right direction. I stand before the Atlas. It is unknowable. It cannot know me. It cannot know any of this. And yet, I am compelled to be here, to offer it my own fledgling creation, my construct. The Atlas can't. There it is. That is freaky. The Atlas cannot react. It does not react. It is all noise, yet it is wordless. Its voice is the entire universe. So yeah, the Atlas is making noises now, and it's really, really creepy. An Atlas seed is revealed to me. I take my leave. So we're going to get Atlas seeds from the Atlas, and for this first one, we need chromatic metal. That's why we got a whole bunch of copper early on, you guys. That's why I was telling you guys, collect all the materials. That way you're good to go. So we can make the Atlas seed. Let's do that in our ship inventory. We just need 100 chromatic metal. We have it. Good to go on that. We also got some warp cells, so let's pop those in there. So we've done that. We've collected the reward for that. We know the Seed of Dreams. We have that one. So we got the Warp Hypercore plan for doing that. Very, very awesome. We also made the seed. That was the next mission. We have to create the seed. So we got $190,000, which is awesome. Gold nuggets times 10 and a Supreme Hyperdrive upgrade. You want to use that. So let's grab that upgrade out of here. So here it is. We need to install it in our ship. And this is going to be our, I think that's it right there. There we go. So yeah, again, blue outline on it, but we're going to pop this in there instead because this upgrade will give us way better stats so we can travel farther with our hyperdrive. So now let's pop in here. What's our next mission? Our last mission for phase 1 is to reach the first rendezvous point. So we're going to have to travel to another solar system, another system in No Man's Sky to get to our rendezvous. Let's get out of here. And again, if you go into your galaxy map, it'll show you a green line on where you need to go. So just follow this green line. Make sure you're on your expedition route. You should be by default. And right here, yellow marker means that is the rendezvous point. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. And this is a longer episode, but I feel like it's a good introduction, a good way to start this expedition and get it done pretty quickly. Now, once you get to the final stages of the expedition, it kind of slows down, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So once we get into this system, there's going to be a marker. And if you don't see this golden diamond marker, the rendezvous number 1, just go back into your expedition log and highlight that mission again. Sometimes for whatever reason it doesn't work and you need to re-highlight it. You need to go back in there and get another, select it again. So we're going to need this quad servo. Hold on to that. That's important for later on. The fuel, this is going to be our warp cell, all our fuel and stuff. All of our corrupted stuff we're going to put over here because we're going to use this later on. This is going to be our fuel, so pop that in there. Beautiful. We need more pugnium, so we might need to go kill some more sentinels. That way we can get some pugnium. We need some more of the chromatic metal, but we'll keep that for later. There we go. There we go. I'm just organizing. That's all I'm doing. Oh, this needs to go over there. Need to make some life support gel as well. So again, they're going to mark a location close to where you need to be, but they're not going to mark the exact location where you need to be. So instead of landing here, you can, but I would always check out these communication stations because people are going to put them where you need to go. So let's look around here. Let's see if there's a building or something. Up like that right there. There's a building. So most likely this is going to be our rendezvous location. Let's land here. And you'll know when you get here because it'll actually, there you go, completed the first pilgrimage. There we go. So we've gotten the first phase done. Phase 1 is absolutely complete. There we go. We got our exosuit expansion slots, multi-tool expansion, and prepackaged paralysis mortar. So we get a whole bunch of good upgrades from that as well. So that's phase 1 complete. Let's collect our rewards. We're going to get posters for that. So those are posters you can put up in your base. Whenever you're building a base, you can put down posters on the wall to kind of decorate the walls. We got those as well. There we are. Rare item found. Construct poster. There you go. So hopefully you guys like this first episode. It's kind of in-depth, kind of more info, but I wanted to make sure to read everything and explain everything. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next episode.